Another day, another Wizards of the Coast video. You know, I never really get tired of making these, despite the fact that they make me seethe with anger. Do you guys know what review bombing is? Of course you do. You're watching a channel like mine. You know, review bombing is, well, for one, 9 times out of 10 fake, made up, not real. However, when it is real, it's when a bunch of individuals go in, leave negative reviews when they have no experience with the product, you know, whether it be a movie, video game, whatever, and that negative review is then counted against the product or whatever you're talking about here. So you go in, you see a movie's got, 4 out of 10 before it even has come out and no one's seen it. Well, review bombing. Again, normally not real. Doesn't actually happen. Or if it does, who cares? I mean, there's a reason people are bombing. Have you ever heard of a card game getting review bombed before? No, but apparently people are review bombing the new Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings Commander sets. Except they aren't. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idle, and let's get into a bogus article about review bombing a card game from people who don't know what review bombing is. Lord of the Rings Magic the Gathering Commander decks are being review bombed online by Alex Atkin. And guys, Alex Atkin, I can already tell you, is a moron. Since it was first released, the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth has been one of the most anticipated MTG releases ever. Yes, because people are morons, and they could not see the fact that this was not for MTG fans, and this was absolutely not for Tolkien fans. This was a desperate cash grab, but whatever. What isn't in today's day and age? You know, you want to throw some money at Witches of the Woke because, oh no, Gandalf on a Magic card. How amazing is that? I'm sorry, I didn't need it despite being a Lord of the Rings and Magic the Gathering fan, but if you needed something like that, if you needed this fake Tolkien crossover, then I guess have at it. But the point is, it was anticipated, but it really shouldn't have been. This is partly thanks to the One Ring card, which has routinely dominated headlines. Alongside this ultra-rare collectible, Tales of Middle-earth has a myriad of awesome cards and products for players to enjoy. No, it hasn't. I have done 4 different drafts now for the Magic the Gathering Tales of Middle-earth set, and it does not have awesome cards for players to enjoy. Every single draft I've done, again, 4 now, has been a complete waste of time. It has been some of the most boring drafting I have ever done. So, I'm not real sure what they mean by myriad of things for people to enjoy, but certainly don't draft it, guys. It is an absolute waste of money. After the set officially launched on the 23rd of June, many MTG players have been doing just that, drafting, brewing, and buying products in mass. Tales of Middle-earth's release all seem to be going smoothly, outside of a few misprints and miscuts at least. Unfortunately, however, while misprints may be somewhat expected for an MTG set, the emerging troubles haven't stopped there. According to numerous MTG players across social media, entire Tales of Middle-earth products are going missing without explanation, because that's exactly what you want to hear when you decide to put forth the pre-orders and shell out all the money, the literal hundreds of dollars sometimes for set boosters and booster packs and set boxes and collector's boxes and commander decks and just all this other, to use their word, myriad of exciting products for players to enjoy. Last thing you want to hear is that they're going missing. So, of course, people are a bit upset about that. Now, if I decide to shell out money for a product, early, be like, hey, I'm going to pre-order this so I know I get it. Then it goes missing, and I give a bad review because I didn't get my product. Would that be review bombing? No, you're giving a bad review because you didn't even get the product. Commander Calamity. Alongside the suite of draft, set, and collector boosters like most MTG releases, Tales of Middle-earth also has Commander decks, each carefully constructed and ready to play. These 4 decks offer a fantastic time for players new and old, although admittedly one of the decks is a lot worse than all the others. Despite the somewhat mismatched power level, Commander products are nonetheless incredibly popular among fans, so much so in fact that a lot of players don't want to just buy one of them. Instead, many MTG players make use of bundle deals, which include all 4 Commander decks into a concise package. Now tell me guys, can you see where this is going? What? People are buying, 4 decks at once? They were talking a little bit about products not shipping or going missing. I don't know, man. Use some context clues. This is the foreshadowing in the movie. Typically, the bundle of decks isn't too much to write home about. Sometimes offers a small saving. Usually the price matches the cost of the deck inside. As a result of this, the reason to buy the bundle is predominantly convenience and collecting. Unfortunately for MTG fans look to do just that, however, it appears a wrench has been thrown into the works. Rather than receiving all the decks as planned, reportedly MTG players who purchased the bundle on Amazon are being left disappointed. Instead of receiving the 4 Commander decks as expected, many MTG players are reportedly opening their packages to find 1 deck inside. Now let me tell you guys, this is like $200 if I remember right, or it's definitely over 100. I believe it's a $200. Imagine paying $200 for 4 decks. Your package arrives and there's 1 deck of cards in there. Would that be worthy of a 1-star review? Abso-goddamn-lutely, in my opinion. So explain to me how that is review bombing. Do you not know what, like, you want to say, oh, Captain Marvel was review bombed. All the angry white men on the internet didn't like the fact there's a female-led superhero movie. They left a bunch of 1s and 0s before the movie even came out. First of all, I'm going to say you're crazy. But also, let's say that did happen. Let's say review bombing was actually a huge reason why people hate Captain Marvel nowadays in the zeitgeist, whatnot. This is completely different. Why would you call this review bombing? People shelling out almost $200, if not more than $200 for a product, and they're receiving 25% of that product. That kind of warrants a bad review. Somewhat bizarrely, across social media, many MTG players report receiving the same deck, the Hosts of Mordor. While this deck is the most expensive out of the bunch, having products go missing definitely isn't good. Yeah, no kidding. After all, excited MTG players are being left without $150 plus, yeah, exactly, worth of products that they've already paid for. Worst of all, this is happening without any explanation. Now here we get to it, the review bomb. Here's the climax, the apex of our story. Currently, it is unknown why Commander deck bundles from Amazon were shipped without all the decks inside. What we do know, however, is that unsurprisingly, MTG players aren't happy about this situation at all. Taking to Reddit and the Amazon store page, MTG players have flooded the Commander deck bundle with negative reviews. Now, how is that review bombing? Because this is entirely worth being upset about. They're talking right here about, or maybe it was up here, yeah, $150 worth of products. So yeah, they're flooding Amazon with negative reviews. Like, if you decide that you wanted to buy yourself some, let's say a collection of video games, you're like, oh man, I'm a huge fan of Jak and Daxter, and someone on Amazon, they're selling Jak 1, 2, and 3, the collector's edition, all 3 PS2 games. I want it for my collection. And you drop yourself, $100 or whatever the cost for this product is, $100 for all 3 games, and you get it in the mail, you wait, you're anxious, you're on your tippy toes, you're on pins and needles, that day finally comes, you crack open that manila envelope, and it's just Jak 2. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty awesome. Jak 2 is the best of the trilogy, but you paid $100, where's your other 2 damn games? Currently, the bundle of Tales of Middle-earth Commander decks has been taken down on Amazon. This has hopefully been done to prevent more players from purchasing this product and not receiving the expected content. Before this happened, however, MTG players took to review bombing the product, flooding it with 1-star reviews. Now, again, I asked you guys earlier what the definition of review bombing was and gave you an example of review bombing because this is not review bombing. But what proves the author of this article does not know what review bombing is comes in this next paragraph right here. Since the store page has been taken down, seemingly across Amazon's worldwide storefronts, unfortunately, the negative reviews are no longer accessible. Thankfully, however, before the pages were delisted, Wargamer managed to take a peek. Throughout a bevy of screenshots, it's clear to see countless disgruntled players, many of whom posted evidence of their claims, along the players voicing their justified grievances on Amazon. It's not review bombing if it's justified, you dunce. Many players raged on Reddit against this shocking discovery. Subsequently, it seems this Commander deck debacle is not an isolated incident, as hundreds of players are reporting this fault. As you might expect, this has led many players to contact Amazon's support channels in the hopes of a solution. Yeah, good luck there. Just like you and all these other individuals calling up Amazon and being like, hey, I spent $200 for Magic cards, and I only got like I got $50 worth. I got 100 cards instead of 400. Look, I get it. I'm sure Amazon's got some good customer service, but at that point, it's almost like, why were you giving Wizards of the Coast money to begin with? They're an absolute garbage company, in my opinion. You absolutely deserve this. This is what happens when you support Witches of the Woke, so nice job. I hope they don't refund you. I hope you don't get your products back, because maybe, just maybe, that'll be the straw that will break this camel's back and make you stay away from this garbage company forevermore. In theory, Amazon should be able to help out affected players since something has clearly gone wrong. Despite this, however, many MTG players have reported difficulty and concerns with the support process. Some players, such as Practice Stabbin', have struggled to get a response out of Amazon, while others, like OK Cauliflower, fear this may just happen again. Despite this difficulty, getting in contact with Amazon is the best bet if you're affected by this issue. Problem solved. And I love how it's got this dude, who's got his head removed, giving the thumbs up, because if you've got your head taken off like this, your brain's gonna gonna fall out your little neck hole, and that's what Magic the Gathering players are who buy sealed product. Brainless. As we mentioned before, for the time being, it is unclear exactly why this Commander deck fiasco has happened. Well, easy, because neither Amazon nor Wizards of the Coast are companies that can be trusted. Some MTG players have suggested it could be due to overselling pre-orders. However, that's not been confirmed. Until a statement's made from Amazon or Wizards, it's possible we may never know why this happened. Thankfully, while the cause may forever be unknown, it does seem Amazon's trying to put the situation right. It may require navigating the labyrinthian customer service maze. However, Amazon is giving affected customers replacements and refunds. Thanks to this action, hopefully the trust in Amazon's delivery and packaging network won't be affected much. That's right, trust Big Daddy Corporation. Don't let your trust be affected in the overarching tech overlords. Oh my goodness, you're telling me I got to have an article where I got to just shit all over Wizards of the Coast / Magic the Gathering and Amazon in a single... Is that my birthday? Did Leon's birthday come about a month early? Because, oh my goodness, this was glorious. Like, I cannot wait to see how bad this gets. People have been throwing so much shade at me for my absolute disdain about this Magic the Gathering set. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I don't care. Throw all the shade you want. This set is garbage. And anyone that doesn't acknowledge that, you're honestly just shilling. Like, even from a gameplay standpoint, this just isn't a good, fun set. And from a Tolkien fan standpoint, any real Tolkien fan would look at this and know the flavor is all wrong. I'm not just talking about the race-swapped Aragorn, although obviously that is a part of it. The flavoring for this is just completely wrong. The ring tempting you is a positive thing in the game. How? That is the opposite of Lord of the Rings. The ring tempting you being a positive thing. They make that a positive gameplay mechanic. Tolkien fans should be like just mortified at this set. But, you know, whatever. I'm just happy to see all this screw-ups happening, because maybe, just maybe, it will turn people away from Wizards of the Coast, or maybe direct their anger towards Wizards of the Coast where it should be. Maybe not necessarily for the reasons I want them to be, but whatever. I'll take what I can get. Those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments below, or let me know on Twitter, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I am a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, not always about Magic the Gathering, but also about video games, anime, movies, you name it. It's all here in the Nerdosphere. And this has been Words of Paradise.